up at 6 a.m.
Get your rush on with Jay Brooks and the Morning Rush on 98.7 Kiss Country.
We have some exciting things going on tonight and tomorrow. And boy, what a guy. Perfect time to get a hold of him on Tuesdays with the Iowa DOT update brought to you by the Mason City All-Risk Insurance. Make sure you got your insurance all up to date, but crop insurance especially. You're going to be getting into the fields once again. But Pete Helmstead joins us here this morning. Good morning, Pete. How are you?
Doing well, Jay. How are you?
Good. You don't sound as enthusiastic as like a weatherman would. We're like, oh, we've got a storm coming in. And then we get like a dusting.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to get a dusting. In fact, I'm willing to bet on it.
I was just talking to Bob a little bit ago, and I told him too. Same thing. Wow, we're just going to get a dusting. He says, no, this is a serious thing, Jay. When they call it a blizzard warning already, like as of yesterday,
yeah,
we need to take this serious.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, blizzard warnings aren't necessarily for how much snow you're going to get, but it's how strong the winds are going to be.
Yeah,
and the winds sound like they're going to be awful. They're gusts to 60 miles an hour, if not higher. And then you get, what are we looking at here? 4 to 6 inches of snow, I believe.
I know it changes all the time. I don't.
I'll when they come out with the afternoon update today, I'll feel more comfortable as far as the total. But it's not going to matter. If you've got an inch of snow and you've got 60-mile-an-hour winds, it's going to be awful. So
we were talking about this too, Pete. It only makes sense. It seems like this is logical reason of why it would be a heavier snow and maybe it won't blow as much because we're gonna have some rain first, and then it's gonna be a wet snow or it's gonna be a fluffy snow.
That's a great question, Jay. It's going to start out as wet snow, but I just talked to one of our shop supervisors before we got on the air, and his exact words were, "I don't care how wet the snow is. If it's 60-mile-an-hour winds, it's going to blow." It's so don't go into it with the thinking that, oh, it's not going to be as bad because it's a wet snow, because it's going to be bad. And also, this snow is supposed to transition as the storm moves through from the wet snow to the lighter, fluffier snow. And that's going to cause, obviously, more blowing, but it's also going to cause issues. The big thing with this storm, Jay, is, as you mentioned, it's going to start as rain. Excuse me. Yeah, like I said, the big thing is going to start with rain. So we can't go out and pre-treat. Any pre-treatment we would put down would get washed away by the rain. So we're not going to have any brine on the roads when the snow starts. So we'll be out immediately, scraping it off. But the thing is, the roads are going to be wet. And when it transitions to that lighter, fluffier snow, that stuff's going to stick to the road. It's going to freeze to the road. We're going to get compaction. So it's it's a lot that we have to deal with this storm. So make plans right now. I know not everybody does, but if you do have the option of teleworking, look into it. It's going to be that big of a storm, especially, like I said, we can handle snow, but with those winds, it makes things a lot more dangerous. So be prepared.
High profile vehicles too, a big major issue with those vehicles, semis and things like that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Even before the snow starts, if that wind is whipping around like that, you're exactly right. Especially an unloaded semi, they get one of those wind gusts, and it will definitely throw you. If not across the lane, it can tip you right over. So there's just a lot that's going to go into this one. So just kind of hunker down for 24, 36, 48 hours, whatever it is, and it sounds like things are going to improve pretty quickly. So we'll get through it, but be prepared and be safe.
I think everything's going to close down tomorrow, Pete. That's what my prediction is. Everything, businesses, schools.
I think that they will probably start announcing it within the next couple hours. And I don't blame them a bit. I think that's a smart thing to do. Like I said, it's going to be bad. It's going to be short-lived. So just be safe. And that's the other thing too. Want to point out that we're going to have crews out, 24/7, especially on the interstate. But when I say that, that's as conditions allow. If it gets to the point where it's not safe for our plow drivers, if the visibility gets to a point where they can't see, we will pull the plows, and that will make things pile up, and then it's going to take a little bit for us to catch up. But again, that's last resort. But again, the safety of our staff is the top priority.
What about this thing? They've shut down the interstates before like that. You do have a situation too. Isn't the interstate going to be shut down with some interchange
For construction,
for construction? Yeah.
yeah, that starts on March 12th. So are we gonna transition from snowplows to construction now?
Unless you got any more on the snow.
No, just cracked me up. It was so abrupt.
It wasn't a smooth transition.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it in my notes right here. On March 12th, a week from tomorrow, we are going to start doing some bridge deck overlays on Interstate 35 in the Clear Lake area. We're going to do the bridge over 4th Street, and we're going to do, which is Old 106, and the bridge over Main. We will have outside lane closures on Interstate, and we will be closing okay, I got to think here. We'll be closing the off ramp for southbound traffic to 4th and the on ramp for northbound traffic to 4th while that is done. And that should hopefully be done by Memorial Day.
And that starts supposed to be today.
No, March 12th.
Oh, March 12th. March 12th.
Yes. Yeah, a week from Wednesday.
I can hear my wife right now going, Jay, listen to Pete.
Well, we did just say it like 45 seconds ago, but you're still thinking about teleworking tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, this whole show is going to be done right to my home studio. I'm not going out in this stuff, Pete.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you a bit. If you don't have to go out in it, work from home. It's a good day for it.
But yeah, I think it really. So even if there is nothing on like a website, delays or canceled or whatever closed, call ahead too, just to make sure.
That's a great point. Exactly. Yeah. It's most people, like you said, will use the resources of the websites or the Facebook or whatever. But yeah, if you've got to be somewhere tomorrow, call ahead because there's a very good chance that whatever you were going to do won't be happening.
Right. Exactly. So I wouldn't even. I'm not even getting my snowblower. I just put my snowblower away, Pete. I'm not
Yep.
getting. I'm not getting it back out again.
Yeah. No, mine's still ready to go. We've got 2 driveways, one on the north and one on the south side of our house, and the one on the north is the one we use the most. So the south side will probably just melt. I'll probably clean the north side, but we'll see. Depends on how I feel.
Exactly. How much it's blowing?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, it'll give you time to sit down and watch a little bit of get up to date what's going on with the football season. I mean, have you missed it yet since it's not been going on?
Not really. You kind of for me anyway, after the Vikings are done, that first week is a little weird, but after that you just kind of transition to I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the games instead of have your heart beat with every play.
Exactly.
But no, and it's they had the combine this week, which was I don't sit and watch it, but just hearing some of the reports come out of it are kind of interesting, kind of fun to hear, and some of the rumors with the free agency and the big trade, Deebo Samuel to the Commanders for what, a 5th round draft pick.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a steal for Washington, I think.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, he thought he would have went higher though. I mean, the guy's pretty good.
I think the problem is everybody knows that San Francisco is really up against it with the salary cap.
Yeah.
So everybody knew that they have to start unloading players, so they didn't have to give them everything, plus a free gift card. They could lowball them and probably make a pretty good deal, and I think that's what happened. Just my unexpert opinion.
Yeah, but without the football, well, McCarthy's another one for the Minnesota Vikings. We got all our coaching staff back for next year, so don't have to worry about that.
Correct. Yep. Flores is back, and obviously O'Connell and McCarthy sounds like he's healthy, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with Sam Darnold. I did see yesterday that the Vikings probably will not franchise him and then try to trade him. So he'll become a free agent, and we'll see what happens there.
Just to try and clean some things up and get some money in the salary cap.
Yeah, he wasn't going to hurt much with the salary cap. Well, he's not under contract. He was only under a 1-year deal, so he's not going to hurt anything. But the thing is, if you franchise him, I think the franchise was like $40 million.
Huh.
So then you have to try to trade somebody who's got a $40 million contract, and yeah, that's kind of risky. So
yeah,
again, my unexpert opinion, I think they did the right thing.
Well, and then back to San Francisco, Brock Purdy's going to finally get paid this year.
Yep, he is, which he deserves every single penny.
What do you think he's going to get? 40 million, 50 million?
I would say in the 35 to 45 range.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to hold out for another 5 million. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Honestly, Pete, I think that everybody gets paid too much. I really
Yeah.
do.
Well, here's the thing, and don't get me wrong. Yes, the amount of money they get paid is completely and totally. You and I can't wrap our minds around it. But this is the thing that I always say too. These owners who are paying these salaries, do you think they're losing money?
No, I don't know. Are they?
No, the owners are still making tens of millions of dollars paying off these salaries. So I can understand why the players want a piece of it, since they're the reason the owners are making the money. But again, it has gotten to the point where we can't even wrap our minds around the dollar figures.
Even a minimum salary. What is it? What was Brock Purdy getting paid? Like 700, 800,000?
Something like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
To me, I would think that's a pretty good salary. give me 2 million. I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's a very, very good salary.
Bull riders. I mean, when you think of the danger of the sport and the injury, life changing, it's nothing. I mean, bull riders don't get that kind of money.
No, goodness.
And I think that's more dangerous than you couldn't give me $1 million to get on the back of a bull. You give me $1 million, let Greenway or Jared Allen or somebody just plow into me and knock me. I'll take that.
Well, Jared Allen or Chad Greenway, they've been retired for multiple years. How about somebody like
No.
How about somebody who's playing now?
Well, I'm thinking it would be less of a hit. It wouldn't be so bad with the older guys.
We might have to drop that salary a bit if you're playing that game.
No, I'm worth all that $2 million to get pounded by those guys.
Yeah, they're coming at you with their like 8.7 40-yard dash times instead of having Ivan Pace or the Vikings blitzing with a 4.4 40 and flattening you.
That'd be a flight that I wouldn't have to pay for.
Oh, that'd be a bad day.
Yeah, I was watching the Combine talking about the 4.4 40.
Okay.
For people who don't know that you run 40 yards, they time you. It's that's pretty fast speed.
Yes.
And they were running like I saw one in the Columbine. I just happened to see it was like 4.1. I can't remember what. No, I was like, holy tamale, like Superman.
Yeah, that's moving.
Yeah. And then 4.6, 4.3s, 4.2. I mean, they're man, when are they going to be under 4?
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, they're just getting bigger, faster, stronger. It's just crazy.
At one point when I was working out, Pete, I got down to I was running in intervals 21 miles an hour, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
This cat used to like pull the plow big time. Now,
that's impressive.
What am I going to run today? Probably a 6.5 or a 7.
Yeah. I would be afraid to even try it. I'd probably pull a hamstring at about 20.
Stop halfway through and get a drink of water and get some breath.
There you go. At least you know your limitations.
Yes, I do. Well, Pete, get ready to hunker down. Anything else we didn't talk about? We should talk about.
Watch the 511 app. Watch the 511 IA website. We'll have the snowplow cameras out there. We'll have the road conditions. And again, bottom line is you've got today. We've had a couple days to get prepared for this.
Yeah.
So make sure you're prepared. Make plans. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't. And be safe.
I asked people, I said, what are you doing for the storm? People said the grocery store, they would have never known there was a storm coming if they wouldn't have went to the grocery store because the bread and milk was all gone.
Yeah, it does seem to be a pattern.
Yeah. One guy said he's been to the liquor store. He's good.
Yeah.
Liquid diet this weekend.
Yeah, everybody's got their priorities.
Right, exactly. So, Pete, be safe, stay indoors, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, thanks. And hey, also too, I know we've touched on it before. We've had so many snowplow hits this year. Our crews are going to be on the road. It's going to be hard to see. Slow down. Be careful. The plows are out there to hopefully make it easier for you to get to where you need to be and get the roads clear as fast as possible. So give them room and make sure they get home safely as well.
Absolutely. Pete, Have a great week. All right.
All right, you do the same, Jay.
That's the good stuff.
Here's a few good news stories. Bus driver